Well, good Saturday morning, everyone, and greetings once again from Radio Wasteland Records here in Midland. I truly hope your Saturday is off to a great start, despite the weather. We're kind of rain went through last night, but there's a little bit more coming our way, maybe. But hopefully, skies are going to clear out because, well, you know what? If you have a social media account, no matter what it is, chances are you saw some pictures of the aurora borealis, the northern lights last night. Holy cow, they were on fire across much of the state. I got lucky years and years ago. Kim and I lived up in the UP, and on Superior, we could see them quite often, and they were just stunning and spectacular. But since moving down here, 25-ish plus years ago, they're few and far between. Now, naked eye last night, yeah, you could kind of sort of see them. But if you have a phone that can do that, you're pulling up some fantastic colors. So just like everybody else on social media, I guess I'll share, one of the ones we took that's outside of the homestead last night. And they were pretty cool. I hope you guys got a chance to see them. If the skies clear up a little bit tonight, maybe we'll get treated to this again. I guess there was a major solar storm. Not enough to knock out everything, hopefully, all the electronics, but still pretty darn cool. So hopefully you got a chance to catch them last night. And if not, maybe tonight they'll come back. And it's supposed to be still as good tonight if the skies are somewhat clear. So hopefully, at least those of you watching in the northern half of everything had a chance to see them. So let's do a couple of quick hellos this morning. Not a couple, there's a whole lot of you out there saying hi. It's a rainy day sitting in. Holy cow. Jennifer, good morning to you, as well as Betty from Toledo. Sunny down there. Chuck, good morning. Thanks for being here. Gary as well over at Doogie's saying hi. Abby is saying good morning. Good morning, Abby. Hope you guys are having fun and staying dry as well. Paul, gloomy Saginaw. Well, you know what? Let's see what happens there. Fred from Grand Rapids checking in. Good morning to you, sir. Pat saying hey, and it's a rainy morning. Yes, it is indeed. Nick also saying hi. Good spin. It is a great day to just hang out and spin vinyl. But if you don't have enough to spin, you can always come down and check us out. Of course, you can say that. Dan Corbett, good morning to you as well, sir. Thank you for being here. So, yeah, pretty cool in the skies last night. And if you get a chance, like I said, hopefully, at least in the northern side of things, we can see them again this evening. Okay, let's see. A few things going on today. Actually, a lot of stuff going on. I want to get to here fairly quickly. Blue and the Dude, by the way, they are down in Ryan saying, hey, Ryan, to you as well. Blue and the Dude are down in Davison with Kim today. One of the Blue has jumped already this year, but this is kind of the official kickoff of Blue's jumping season. And Dude's just there to be the dude. He's going to jump off the pool side once or twice. But so if you have not checked out Blue's Facebook page, it's just look on there for Blue, the dock jumping record store dog, and you can see some vids. I'm not sure what's going to be posted up of today's stuff, because it's just kind of a warm-up, but it's still one of the first officials. But check that out when you do have a chance. So I'm flying solo here today. All the more reason to come by and say hello. So a couple of other things as well. I wanted to mention that today we are going to have a big sale in the Dollar Room. Let me call this up here really quickly. We're having one of our 33 1/3 sales in the Dollar Room. Yes, it's time to clear out some space. If you've been eyeing that Living Strings box set, or the large amount of Herb Alpert back there, or maybe even several Mitch Millers or Anne Murray, today is the day, because anything in the Dollar Room, and yes, including box sets, are $3 for $1. So come in there, clean them out so we can fill some more stuff up. I've got a lot of stuff waiting in the wings, and we need to clear out that space to put them in there. But also, equally as important to that is the fact that I do have a fair amount of Motown and even some older soul stuff to kind of put out as well. But space is limited, thanks in part to these doggone disco albums. Now, I know disco doesn't get the love that it deserves. Wait a minute. I think it does get the love that it deserves for the most part. There's a couple of disco tunes out there, but those are the ones everybody grabs. So we have got a couple crates of disco albums here in the store that need to move out of here. So, and it's not just these. If you happen to find other disco albums in other spots of the store, and they'll be $1 today. So any disco album is $1 today. So we're starting off with these two. You cannot pass up Come on. Can you pass up Brainstorm for $1? It's a $5 record. Dr. Strutton, come on here. Oh, and The Hustle, Van McCoy. You got to do that as well. Here's just a couple of other fun ones. T.S. Monk. Don't think that this is Thelonious Monk. This is T.S. Monk, Thelonious Monk Jr., and instead of jazz, he's doing disco. We got Thelma Houston in here. Who is this? Lane Caudell doing Midnight Hunter. Come on here. Casey and the Sunshine Band and Casey without the Sunshine Band. Just about any disco record you could think of. You got to get them out of my way, please. Don't make me beg. But stop on by and just grab some disco for $1 a piece and help us out, and we'll go from there. So don't forget Dollar Bin. That is today and tomorrow. The disco sale, as long as it takes, today and tomorrow as well. We'll move them out and about. Okay, one other quick note. I don't know if you guys have noticed anything this morning, but does the quality look a little bit different of the live? I'm hoping. We had a big issue last Sunday. I went to record the podcast with our good friend Steve Carlson, and we couldn't because of a technical issue at our end. Again, it's that Wi-Fi router. It's a new one. I'm having trouble with it. So we're doing something a little bit different today. I've kind of hardwired things in, and I hope it looks better. I hope the quality is a lot better because we're skipping a bit there. And we're going to do the same thing when we record the podcast with Steve again tomorrow. So for those of you who have been checking out the podcast every week, first of all, thank you very much for listening and or watching on that. And then secondly, we apologize for not being able to put an episode out last Sunday. So last Sunday's episode we'll record tomorrow. Well, hold on. That'll be now tomorrow's episode. I'm so confused. We'll do a new episode tomorrow. It'll be the one that we didn't get a chance to record last week, talking about bootlegs and or unofficial copies and or counterfeits. So it's just given us a week longer to come up with some things and prepare. So check that out. It is on Spotify. It is on Apple. It's on Amazon Podcasts. It's on YouTube as well. Just about any place you can think of to look for podcasts. I think Steve and I are 162 episodes deep in this now. So make sure you do check that out Sunday when it goes up. And then as always, we're going to be doing the upcoming release show later on this afternoon as well. Let's see here. Pat, good. Thank you. Looks nice. Despite my mug appearing on your TV and or computer screen. Looks and sounds good. Okay, good to know. Hopefully our problems have been completely fixed. So, all right, couple of new releases. Not a whole lot in the new release and new vinyl happening yesterday. We put out a decent vinyl drop, vintage-wise, but one of the cool things that's out is a different cover on this. This is the new anniversary edition of Sturgill Simpson's Meta-Modern Sounds in Country Music. So this is a reissue of that album, but redone cover. Some very cool stuff from Sturgill Simpson. And then just because I picked up a couple of other Sturgill great ones as well. The Ballad of Dude and Juanita, good bluegrass. And then we've got a copy of his great rock album, Sound and Fury. So if you're not familiar with Sturgill, check this one out too. If you're not a fan of country music or bluegrass, check out the rock side of Sturgill and pick up a copy of Sound and Fury, because that is just a fantastic one. Other restocks from yesterday, the Noah Kahn EP, I'll call it. It's a 12-inch. It's Cape Elizabeth. 5 songs on this sucker, and they went pretty quickly last week. So we did get a couple more copies of that. Restocked as well. Happy to have this one, and I'm going to spin our copy again. Matt DeHouse of Bay City and his latest album, Soup without the U. I've got to get that correctly. If you can see that in there, that's technically the name of the album, Soup Without You. And it is just a fantastic record. Matt's got a great voice. It's got a little funk in here. It's got a little rock, a little indie style. It's got a couple of cover tunes. Just something you need to hear for yourself. But we do have, I think, 3 more copies of this. Good to go in the store if you're a fan of local and you want to support local musicians. You can pick up Matt stuff. Record Store Day stuff. There are still a few straggling items out there that have been popping up. Not the big ones, of course. All the things that you folks have said. Hey, if you see the the Noah Kahn and Olivia Rodrigo, or if you see the Chapel Roan, those are gone. Unfortunately, those are not likely to show up much at all anymore. So we do have a couple of other stragglers on the record store. And now somebody on one of the YouTube videos a couple of weeks back. They said they were a former student of mine from way back. Said they were looking for this, and I left a note. So if you are the former student who is looking for a Record Store Day copy of The Birds, the Bees, and the Monkees, let me know, because we've got one. And once this is gone, these things are going to be gone. That's the Friday music version that came out. We also, I don't know why this one showed up. I think somebody was looking for it, but we got one more copy of the Weekend RSD release live at SoFi Stadium. I believe that this is a triple LP, so it's up there price-wise a little bit. One copy of these, and that seems to have disappeared from the distributor as well. So when that one's gone, it's gone. And not a Record Store Day 24, but this one showed up in the trades. We've got a 23 copy of the Verve Pipe, speaking of great Michigan bands, and the Record Store Day release of their 90s album Villains from last year. So the 90s album was reissued as a Record Store Day in 23. This sucker is sealed. It is a great record as well. Just obviously one copy of that, and that's all she wrote for all of that. All right, Karen. Hey, Karen, thank you very much. That's good quality that we're getting in here as well. I think that is just going to about do it. I'm going to go ahead and get stuff rolling today. If you're out and about, in Midland, let's see here, the north side of Midland, out by the mall, unless you are a soccer fan, aficionado, or parent, might be a good day just to kind of stick on this side of town, because that annual Mother's Day soccer tournament is happening on the north side of town with thousands of people. And if you think it's congested up there normally, so I mean, you might want to go out there and check it out. That's cool. And for everybody that may be in town visiting for that soccer tournament, if you need a break from said soccer tournament, come on down to 716 George Street, just north of the downtown area. Guaranteed we'll have some good parking here today if you want to stop by and check us out. We'll be open now until 6 p.m. today, Saturday, and tomorrow, 12 noon. This is on Sunday, by the way, 12 noon until 4 p.m. Otherwise, check us out online. Make sure you hit that website up at RadioWastelandRecords.com. If you are not subscribed to the YouTube channel, I would encourage you to please do so. Make sure you comment, like, share, do all that stuff to make YouTube do its little dance and help our channel out along. Now, especially since we have got some better video quality, hopefully, I'm knocking on some wood there, and we'll keep that going. All right, don't forget, disco sale today. Come by, buy some disco records, please. Get them out of my hair. Dollar Den sale, 3 for 1 today and tomorrow. Disco sale today and tomorrow as well. Sunday, we'll continue that. So other than that, you folks have a great weekend. Hopefully the skies will clear up tonight and you'll get to see those northern lights again. Or if you hadn't yesterday, you'll get a chance to see them tonight. But otherwise, you guys have a great weekend. Enjoy yourself. Come spin some vinyl. And we will talk to you next week from Radio Wasteland Records. Thanks again for being here, everyone.